So good evening. As we said in the last video, we were at Stourbridge Scare Maze and we've now come to Walsall Scare Maze. Now for those who don't know the area, they are about 50 minutes apart. You can easily do the two mazes in one night, and we would recommend that if you are coming up and you're travelling. Both of them are about half-hour attractions, so it's not like going to a screen park where you've got loads and loads of stuff to do. You've got the main maze, and then both of them have catering and marketing and stuff like that. So we would recommend that if you are travelling to the Midlands to do this, do Stourbridge and then Walsall, or Walsall then Stourbridge. I think Stourbridge opens earlier. So big up to both of them. They are both great attractions, and if you like sort of quite scary, dark, quite edging on extreme attractions, you would love both of them. So definitely put the two together. So new at Walsall this year is the Cage, which is a new prison-themed attraction. Now, we have been visiting Walsall for years. We've been through the house and the haunting of Amelia Birchall. Even walking in, the whole set and design, the layout is so different to what we were used to. It looks so much more professional this year. There's obviously the entrance to the maze, the queue line for the maze. There was signage everywhere. Obviously, this is built in the garden of a gay bar in Walsall, but you wouldn't think it. The bar is open. You can go and get a drink. The staff are really, really friendly. So the maze itself is called the Cage, and then once you go in, you are invited into a high security prison. And we've seen high security prisons before, but of course at Walsall they just like to make it darker and a bit deeper. So the maze itself is super extreme. Actors will touch you, they will grab you, you'll be pushed out the way. There's a number of great scenes. You've got kitchens and cells and so many things as you go down, and it's all building up to a big finale when you finally get locked in the cage. The biggest thing we notice is how tight and how claustrophobic some of the corridors are. You really are squeezing down them, and it feels so much more intense because it is so close. And then the actors just appear out of nowhere, and they will push you, and they will do whatever they need to do. As we got deeper and deeper in, we weren't sure where we were going. Also, always have a terrific ending. This year's ending was just as good. Sadly, or happily, I got trapped in there for a lot longer than I should have been, and I had to go around the whole thing multiple times. I was tormented by a lot of the actors. But the group we were with, I was with people who have never done Walsall Scare Maze before, and they were amazed at how long it was from beginning to end, how immersive it was, how much detail there is in the sets and the design, and how crazy the actors were. Now, obviously, we've been going there a long time, so some of the actors recognise us, but the people we were with were unknown to the actors, and they still got 100% attention. They got good scares, they got grabbed, everything was going on. There was a scene in the middle with the Doctor, a great actor, absolutely brilliant. It was literally lifted from the dungeons. I don't know whether that was done as a bit of a joke, but it was like, if you've seen the autopsies show at the dungeons, you've seen that. But it worked well. And I think that was the beauty of the whole thing, is although it was scary, there was a real theatrical story going on, and then you find out the reason for why it's called the Cage. What is the cage? Because by the end, you have to go into the cage and you have to fight for your life. And the fight, or the final scene, was Very impressive, very chaotic. The actors knew what they were doing. They knew how to control us, how to keep us in there. And then, of course, we finally, once we were released, we were able to get out into the main shop and everything. Outside, you've obviously got the bar, you've got photos, you've got merchandise. But the best thing is you come out and then just watch people in an Ola. Now, we were lucky. People will know we do not do an Ola, the extreme attraction. There were people coming out with their head shaved. There were people coming out covered in crap or whatever. But we were lucky. We got a tour behind it. It looks amazing in an Ola, but you have to be a certain type of person to actually want to go through the torture and the elements that are in an Ola. And fair play to those who want to do it, but we hold our hand up. We are old, and yeah, it's not the sort of thing that we like, but it looks very impressive. And for those who pay the extra price to go in an Ola, yeah, good luck to you. The team weren't taking any prisoners. At one point we were in and we could see that the amount of hair that had been shaved off of people that was on the wall. People sign up for it, but yeah, it's not for us. So yeah, and then generally once outside of the mazes, the food and bar area, there's a lot going on. Unfortunately, I personally had to leave at a reasonable time, so I wasn't around that much last night. But we've hung out at Walsall Scare Maze a lot. It's great entertainment. It's really, lovely vibe in the park, well, in the courtyard area, and then you can always go into the bar afterwards, and it's a nightclub and it stays open till late. So yeah, with that we are going to sign off. We've got a 2-hour drive home, so we are going to say thank you to everyone at Walsall Scare Maze for inviting us out. The team are all so welcoming, and half of our team were actually featured within the maze. There was a folder of a wanted criminal that had my face on. We had other people from the team, their faces were there. There were other famous people like influencers and people that we know. So they love the personal touch. But with that, we're going to sign off. We're going to say thank you to Walsall Scare Maze, and we will see you all at the next event.